Nicole and I'm back in Singapore. I was recently in Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam, and the reason I was there is because I was there for a school program called the NOC Overseas College. This video isn't about that, but I will be making a video about my whole experience and the things I took away from my 6 months there. This video is about my massive haul from Vietnam. I really did a lot of retail therapy. There was this photo which my friend sent me because I had my things delivered to their place because they had a reception, which is very convenient for collecting things from online shopping. But anyway, I really did buy quite a lot of things from there because it's so much more affordable than Singapore, and I'm going to split it into different categories. There's going to be fashion first, then beauty, which includes makeup, skincare, and then books, and then finally miscellaneous, things like stationery and games and etc. I have my huge pile of clothes here and I'll be going through each item. I'm not going to do this in any particular order. I'm just going to grab an article of clothing and go through it. The first item is this blue empress cut dress. I used to think it was a baby doll, but my friend told me that this is more of an empress cut, and it's in this really beautiful pastel blue color, and it has this line or stripe design. And I got this pretty early on when I was in Ho Chi Minh because I went to the physical store, tried it on, fell in love and bought it. You can see it in my previous vlog here. The next item, which I got from the same place, is this blue dress, and what really stood out to me was the fact that it is also an empress cut, but it has pockets, which I think is always a huge plus in any dress, and I thought it was really beautiful. It was a perfect mix between cute but still stylish and feminine, and just all in all a really great date or casual dress. The next item is also a dress. I'm just grabbing onto the dresses at this point. This one was a bit different. I got it from Da Nang. Me and my friends, we did a short trip to Da Nang, Hoi An and Hue, and in Da Nang they have a few beach resorts or just beaches in general, and of course where there's a beach there will be a lot of stores which sell beach items. This dress was from one of those stores. I think it's a really nice dress for when you go to the beach or swimming. It's just really convenient to cover up and take on and take off. The next dress is this brown one. It's a very interesting design. I'm a huge fan of neutral colors, so beige, white, black, gray, browns as well. I think it's just really easy colors to work with for me, and this brown dress is no different. I got it from Lazada. A lot of these clothes I actually bought online from Lazada. The next dress is kind of raunchy. It's this semi-backless dress, and it has a really nice collar area. I'm not sure what it's called, halter, but it's just a really nice mini black dress, which is great for parties. It's great for nights out with my gal pals and just friends in general. Another mini black dress, which I actually haven't worn out yet, is this one. Just a really simple mini black dress. I don't intend to wear it as it is because it is very, very exposing. I think there's a lot of class and sophistication and femininity in just covering up a bit, so I intend to wear this with a blazer or a jacket. I think that would really make the outfit really nice, and even with like knee-high boots, that'd be crazy good. I forgot to mention that I got heels as well. So these black heels, as well as these really nice elegant white heels, or beige or cream, but I will be trying these on as well. No pain, no gain, am I right, girls? Anyway, I got this bruise from a motorbike, so be careful when you're riding a bike, guys. The next dress is a long one. It's this white dress, which I thought was really beautiful in the picture in the Lazada app. When I put it on, sure, it was nice, it was sweet, but it just didn't give that same effect that it did in that Lazada photo. Nonetheless, I think it's a dress I'll wear out to dates or just casual Sunday outings with friends. I think it'd be really nice with like sandals and, you know, like a tote bag, a casual canvas tote bag. The next dress is another long one. So this is really basic. It's just a basic black maxi dress, and it's in this really comfortable material. Another dress is also a black one, but this one is kind of backless, and it's also padded, so it makes it really convenient and easy to wear. But this is nice for a bit more formal events. I wore it a few times as well, and I think it's also a great outfit for a date night and whatnot, so really nice. So that should be all the dresses. Now I'll be going through the jackets and the outerwear. This cardigan or this outerwear is beige, and I think it's really lovely to pair with anything that is a bit more exposing. For example, even with this tube top, I can wear this cardigan with it and it just immediately becomes a lot more modest and feminine still. Another outerwear that I got is this blazer. So it looked really nice in the Lazada photo once again. Lazada's just catfishing me at this point, but I think it's still really nice. It's just a simple blazer, which I think I really wanted when I was there because of the more formal networking events that I wanted to attend. The next outerwear that I want to talk about is this one. It can be a top, but I like to wear it as an outerwear, like a pullover. So it's this simple gray sweater with zipper. It's quite thin, so it's very easy to wear over just to protect yourself from the sun. Like, I wore this because I had to take Grab bike quite a lot in Ho Chi Minh, and on Grab bike it's just safer to have your skin covered up, and also the sun is blaring on your skin, so it's always good to cover up as well. Another lovely outerwear, which I kept calling ethereal, is because this top, it's in an off-white or cream color, and it has this kind of texture. I don't know what to call this texture. It's this top with like strings that you tie together in the front. You'll see it in the try on, and I think it's awesome because it can work as a top on its own or an outerwear if you're wearing something a bit more exposing. And I think this is really nice, and I wore it quite a few times, and I know I'll be wearing it a lot in Singapore as well. Another outerwear, which is bordering on like just shirts in general now, is this one. So it's a basic shirt, and I think it's really nice and very Korean looking. Like, when I was looking at Pinterest, I saw a lot of like Koreans wearing just pants and then like of course an innerwear, but then they would finish the look with something like this, and they would just wear it loosely, and it'll be them posing in a cafe or with maybe even a baseball cap. And I just thought it's such a casual but really cool look, and I know I'll be wearing this a lot in Singapore as well, and wearing it to school and everything because it is my last semester in NUS this coming sem, and I really wanted to go all out and just kind of wear nice clothes as I go to physical lessons, because I barely stepped into a classroom for a lecture or tutorial during my time in NUS because of the pandemic. But anyway, this video isn't about that either. So if you see me on campus, I hope I look decent in one of these clothes. Another shirt that I got is this one. It's a pretty simple button-up shirt as well, but it is more casual. The material is almost like linen, so it's different from a typical, I guess, very formal, smart casual white button-up shirt. Similar to that is this in the same style and material, just different color. So now that we're talking about shirts, this is one that I got as well, and just look at it on camera. It's so dainty and feminine and whimsical and ethereal. The material is quite thin, but thanks to this ruched design in front near the bust area, you can rest assured that you're not going to be showing anything. But it is very nice, and it hugs your figure quite nicely. Similar to that shirt is this one. It's also white, and it has this kind of box square line in the front, which I think is really flattering as well. Now into tank tops. So this one is a simple black top. You can see it in the try on. Something similar is this one as well, which doesn't go in the neck as much. It's more boxy as well. Another one is this white tube top, and this one was from an online Lazada store called 2 AM Cool, which is honestly so good. This black top is also the same from the same store, and it's just, this is how it looks like on me right now. And I also got this spaghetti strap top from the same store, 2 AM Cool, in this beige orange brown color. And last but not least, for the tops, I got this. It's a really just comfy t-shirt from Hoi An, if I'm not wrong. I managed to bargain a bit, so this ended up being about 100 VND as opposed to 200, which he quoted me at first. Whoever designed the shirt did a really good job. Now onto bottoms. I did not get too many bottoms. Most of it were tops because I did bring quite a few bottoms of my own already to Vietnam, but I did get this long skirt. It has this slit at the side, so it is a bit more playful. I really like it as well. The material is really good, so all the material at 2 AM Cool is is really decent. So I really recommend 2am Cool. Another skirt which I got from 2am Cool is this one. It's a mini black skirt. Not much to say. I got this to match with the black tube top if I ever wanted to be a bit more raunchy, but I don't think I would pair it like this anymore. I don't know what I was on when I was buying it with that intention. I think for me, how I normally style things is if I'm showing a lot of leg, I'll try to cover up at the top, and if I'm showing a lot of top, I'll try to cover up at the leg area. So that's how I would do it. Oh, one last top which I forgot to mention, and I actually broke it so because I was a bit too impatient when I was putting it on, so I don't think I'll be trying this on in this video. But it's basically this halter top with really raunchy back. Like, look at the straps. So I basically broke this thing at the side, so I can't tie the back straps together. I do have a sewing machine, so I intend to fix this, and then I will see how this looks in the future. Anyway, that's all for bottoms and tops. Now I'll be going through swimwear because there are quite a few beaches and we went traveling quite a bit, so there were swimming pools and all of that, especially in Nha Trang. So I got some of these things with the intention of wearing it in Nha Trang because I went there with my gal pals from the NOC program. So the first swimwear that I'll talk about is this one, and this one's really nice because it can double up as a just a top to wear in general, but it also actually is a swimwear as well, and I think this is really pretty. I won't wear it, but I will insert a photo here. Of course, it comes with the bottom as well. So oh, and the bottom's nice because it's high-waisted, so it covers your belly area, and it's a part of my body that I'm still trying to love and work on. So when I saw this together, I thought it was such a feminine and cute bathing suit. Another swimwear, which is more bikini, is this one. Really simple black and white swimwear. I don't think I'll be trying it on in this video, but here is a photo. It is very comfortable and it does cover up the butt quite a bit, so you know that your ass is safe from the world and the world is safe from your ass. The next one, which I didn't wear when I was there, is this one. It's just a basic one-piece swimsuit that comes with these shorts. Last but not least for fashion is this hat. So there's a story behind why I got this hat. I did microblading when I was in Vietnam, and as you know, microblading leaves your brows super harsh and dark. That day when I got my brows done, I didn't expect it to be so dark and intense, and I was actually really insecure about it. So I borrowed my friend's cap that whole night because we had to meet quite a few people that night as well. But I figured that, okay, I can't keep borrowing my friend's headgear, so I went to buy this hat on my own. But actually the brows faded pretty quickly and it looked really good after that, so there was no need to use this hat. But I think I'll definitely use it in Singapore because it's so sunny. I'm more particular about sun protection now. Speaking of sun protection, I think this is a good segue into beauty. So for beauty, let me go through skincare first because I absolutely love skincare stuff now. I figured that if I do want to splurge on anything in beauty, it should be skincare, because if you have good skin, you don't have to wear as much makeup. That's my philosophy. So I definitely did splurge quite a bit on skincare. I got these two items. First, it's the CosRX Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser because I ran out of my simple cleanser back in Ho Chi Minh. So yeah, this has been great. Not much to say about a cleanser. I think the one that I can talk a bit more about is this Paula's Choice Retinol 1% retinol treatment, because I heard so many things about retinol, and the thing is, I'm 24. I'm not exactly young anymore, so I feel that it's really important for me now to do more prevention rather than cure down the line. And I heard that retinol is a really great skincare thing to add to your routine if you don't have one. So I've been using this every 2 nights or alternate nights, and I really put very little because 1% is on the slightly higher end. They also have a 0.3, 0.5% treatment, I believe, but 1% is a bit on the high end, and especially since I haven't really used retinol before, I didn't really know how my skin would react to it, but it's been pretty good. So I would put a really little amount and then just put it on my face after toner, and I really like it. Yeah, I actually am quite afraid of aging right now. I think being in Ho Chi Minh as well, I will talk about this a bit more in a future video, but just to, I guess, expound on it a bit now. It's so affordable to do self-care in Ho Chi Minh, and there's so many beautiful young people in Ho Chi Minh. That's just their population. So many beautiful girls especially, and I think it made a part of me a bit more aware of my appearance. It's not Korea level insane where I think everyone looks so good and so sophisticated and so elegant in a pretty expensive city like Seoul. But in Vietnam, I still felt a bit of that pressure. So I do want to care a bit more about my appearance, especially since I am 24 and that is not exactly young anymore. Anyway, now on to makeup. So the first thing that I want to talk about is this palette. It's from Carl's Land and it was on sale, and I believe this was one of the top selling palettes on Lazada, and for good reason, because it's absolutely beautiful. Like, look at those colors. I love that it is on the cooler side. I think that's one of the things that really stood out to me. It's on the cooler side. It has a blusher, it has the shimmer shades, but everything else is fairly matte, and that was what I was looking for. Like, I really wanted something natural, and this was the exact palette for that, and I know that I'll be using this so much. And I love that it's all in one palette, so I don't have to carry little shades on its own. Another really cute, really small and compact palette almost is this one, and it's great because it's like stacked on top of each other, and it's just individual eyeshadows, but it's in this trio and it's packed like this. So there's a shimmer shade, there are two browns, one lighter, one darker, and I think this is great for anyone who's starting out in makeup. And then I can talk a bit about the two eyeliners that I got, because I think I really appreciate pencil liners as opposed to gel liners. Pencil liners are just a bit more forgiving, and it's easier to work with, easier to blend and everything, and you need it for lighting your lash line as well. So I got one in black and one in brown. It's just like this. Can you see it? Yeah, I didn't extend the pencil, but that's roughly what it looks like. So it's from Focallure, and I think it's really good and really affordable as well. Another thing from the same Focallure brand is this setting powder. I haven't used it yet. Not much to say about a setting powder, just it's in the shade number 1. Another thing which is also powder is this one from O2O, and it's just in this and it's in the shade Natural Beige. And I really wanted a compact powder because before that my makeup routine was just to use the Laneige BB cushion, and I realized that it would leave my skin really dewy and a bit oily because I do have combination skin. So I really wanted a powder to matte it out, which is why I got this, as well as the setting powder. I also got 3 lip products. This one I got online as well. It's just a really nice pink gloss. I actually got one for my friend as well, which I already gave away. But I also got these 2 lip products from Peripera, and I got one in the shade 24 and 26. This one is a bit more nude, this one's more pink, and I think they go really well together. Next, I got this makeup setting spray. Not much to say as well. It's been holding up pretty well. It's been doing good for setting my makeup. So yeah. A few more miscellaneous beauty items would be like lash and eye products. So I got these lashes online because I really wanted to try out lashes, but I just haven't figured out how to do it right, so I haven't really been using it. Another thing that came with it would be, of course, the eyelash glue and the tweezers and this thing for curling your lashes. But another thing which I did get is also eyelid tape, because I really wanted to try like a look where I had, you know, a bit more of double eyelids. But again, this is really hard to work with. I think the next thing that I would want to try is the eyelid glue. I think that might be a bit easier to work with. I also forgot to mention that I also got a makeup bag, and it has plenty of space for my enlarged makeup collection. It's a really good size because it has all these compartments and this middle zipper compartment where I put my brushes. It's also really good for putting skincare, so everything can be in one bag. That is all for the beauty products. Next, I'll be going through books. So I did buy a few books when I was there. Not much, but I did want to talk a bit about it. So the first book that I want to talk about is this. So I should explain as well, if you don't know what the NOC or NUS Overseas College Program is, it's a program that NUS students go on to various countries. You can choose from a list of countries. There's a 1-year program and then there's a 6-month program. But basically, the main purpose of NOC is for you to understand a bit more about entrepreneurship. So it is an exchange program where you intern at your host country. So I went to Ho Chi Minh, I interned at a startup, and I also really am quite curious about how to build something of my own. I already have my design studio, but there's actually something else that I do want to build. You might already know a bit or see a bit of it if you've checked out Nomademy. But anyway, I've been really interested in startups, and it's a really exciting space in Ho Chi Minh in particular. And this author wrote this book, and he's a Vietnamese founder. He's worked on multiple startups, and his story is really quite inspiring. Of course, the English isn't his first language, so this book is in English, and it's not the best in terms of the language, but I think there are quite a few stories in here and quite a few experiences which really opens your mind and perspective to how different people in different cultures struggle to make something of their own. So this was still really interesting. Another book that I got is the Copywriter's Handbook. So I do make websites and mobile apps, and I'm a UI UX designer primarily, and a huge part of UI UX design is also the kind of language that you're using in the design, right? Especially when it comes to landing pages, copywriting is such a huge thing. And even for SEO and blog articles, sure, there's ChatGPT, but I think it's still important for you as a human individual to understand why things work and what works and what doesn't. And I guess I just wanted to level up as a designer as a whole, so I got this book, and I will be devouring it after I finish a whole bunch of other books I have in Singapore. Last but not least, I got these 2 books to continue learning Vietnamese. So I hope you don't mind that sound, but I actually did a Vietnamese like 10-week lesson course with some of my friends from the NOC batch, and I did surprisingly well at the end. Like, things just clicked and made sense, and I don't know how. I think a lot of it was luck, but I think that really gave me the motivation to keep learning Vietnamese, because I have a feeling that I'll definitely be back, and not just to visit, but to do something there or to stay there a bit longer once again. So I wanted to kind of keep up the habit of learning Vietnamese, reading Vietnamese, learning new vocabulary, because I think there are so many words in any new language, and it's always good to keep up and keep learning. So I got these 2 books for that. This book is particularly interesting because it has like for example, on one side it will be in English, and then the next part will be in Vietnamese, and it's the same meaning, it's the same passage, the same story, and you get to compare and see like, oh, so this is the sentence structure in English, this is it in Vietnamese. So yeah, I thought it's really good to practice like that. This one is interesting as well because you have conversations in English and in Vietnamese, so you get to compare like, oh, how do you say this in Vietnamese, if I want to say it in English, etc. So it's pretty good as well. Now that I'm done with books, I can finally go on to the miscellaneous items. Let me start with stationery. So this is the super cute paper bag, and the place that I got it from is called, I'm not even gonna try pronouncing, it's OHQUAO. I still need to work on my Vietnamese, but I got these 2. So one of it is for my partner. It's just this basic daily to-do list, and it's a notepad of sorts, so you just can tear and use it daily, and I thought it's really so cute. And this is the one that I got for myself. It's also a daily to-do list of sorts, but it's in like 10 colored stones or shapes, and then you get to write your to-do list in each of these shapes. And I thought that's just so creative, a much more creative and visually appealing way to look at your to-do list, because for the longest time I've been just using scrap paper or post-it notes to write like my checklist of things to do for the day. But I think this will be nice to work with. Last but not least, games. So I did play quite a few games with my friends in Ho Chi Minh. It's just a really wholesome and nice way to spend the night and spend time together. So the first game that I got was Jenga. I also bought 4 games from Lazada. So the first one that I'll talk about is Codenames. Not much to talk about, just gonna name the games because I've been talking for 43 minutes. Avalon, really intense friendship ruining game. The card version is nice, but there's also an online version which we played more, but I still wanted to get the physical card game. And also Saboteur, as well as this Take 6 game, which I actually played in my cell group or life group before, but I wanted to get it on my own so that I could play with my friends and my new life group as well. So that is all for this very long video. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for being here with me. And I have a lot of plans now that I'm back in Singapore, and I'll be documenting everything. Just thank you so much for everything. Thank you for still watching. If you do, I know I haven't been posting very much, but the people who still watch my videos, I really appreciate it. I'll be vlogging my last semester in NUS as well, so do stay in touch. And I will be vlogging my sister's journey in NUS as well, because it's so timely that when I'm graduating, she just came in. So we have one semester together in school. But anyway, enough rambling. I pray that you stay safe, happy, and healthy wherever you are. Bye!